Hey y'all. Hi Sarah. Hi Michelle. Hopefully everybody can hear us. I look funny because I have my dog in my lap. She's comfy. She's absolutely exhausted. And I've been playing with makeup today. Y'all know how much I love to do that. Look how pretty these are. I bought these at Baubles and Bliss and the place across the street, and they're like those mermaid beads. Hi Lindsay. Hi Katie. What, you wanted to move? Huh? Spoiled rotten dog. I'm covered in dog hair from her. But yeah, no, I've been playing with some colors on my eyes today. It looks kind of funny because I didn't use a white base under my eyeshadow, but I like when I'm testing out eyeshadows, I like to test them without a white base to see how they perform, to see how they show up on my skin color. Hi, Jackie and Tammy and Hannah. I'm glad y'all are all here today to ask your questions and just kind of chit chat with us. Hi, Monet. Hopefully I said that right. Tebra. You're rotten. You are rotten. But I love you. Yes. I love you. But yeah, she is.
No, spoiled dog.
As you can see, just in the zone. So, hello to everybody. So, as you know, Thursday is my birthday, or maybe y'all don't know. I've talked about it a couple of times. So we have a couple of exciting announcements going up in tomorrow's video. So be sure to watch for that. But yeah, you're such a lazy, sweet puppy. Has Cameron ever made elephant toothpaste? No, but we need to look it up and we should do that video.
I have heard of it. It's like a weird foam, I think.
A weird foam?
Yeah. I don't know what it's made out of. I've heard of it.
Well, we'll look it up on Pinterest and we'll do a video of it. He loves doing those types of things. We were super excited that Zonkbox wanted to work with us and sent us over all those projects. He's super excited to do the lava one. I use that phrase a lot, super excited. But yeah, so today is my father-in-law Joe's birthday. So Mary and Joe are off today. Wish Joe a happy birthday. He's 66. So, anyways, but yeah, no. Well, thank you. And then Friday's my husband's birthday, so it's just a lot of birthdays this week. There's actually 4 members of our family that have birthdays this week. And then one of the girls who works for us, Nikki, her daughter's birthday is today too. So today is Joe's birthday, Veronica's birthday, and then my nephew Lincoln. So there's 3 birthdays coming up. How would I recommend organizing? Well, it kind of depends on what kind of project you're wanting to organize. Like I have my scrap box that helps from the Workbox 3.0 from the original scrap box, and that really helps keep a lot of my craft supplies organized. Which I've actually started boxing up some of the stuff. Well, and it kind of depends so organizing your vinyl at home. So it kind of depends on what kind of vinyl you have. If you have rolls or if you like to get the sheets, scrapbooks that hold like the 12 by 12 sheets of paper are really good for smaller sheets to be able to keep organized. And I am going to be making some more tutorials because once I move my office, we are going to be setting up some new vinyl storage because I won't have all. You want to hold her?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. I won't have all of the vinyl that I do here. That's so cool. I love to hear that your son was about my son's age when he started racing and doing graphics. He designs NASCAR. That's really cool.
It's cool.
No, Sherry, if you're doing a vinyl decal in 651, you can apply it to the outside of the window. It is perfectly fine. It is outdoor rated. Typically, like your white Oracal 651 is rated, I think, 5 to 7 years outdoors. Wraps are a pain in the hiney, and he will say that, I'm sure. Wrapping vehicles is the worst. It's so cool looking, but it really is the worst. The way, Michelle, what I was just saying is I like to use like a scrapbook that holds the 12 by 12 sheets and then label my pockets to do my 12 by 12 sheets. He also has autism. Yeah, my older son, Caden, who just turned 17, he's got Asperger's. So he doesn't ever like to be in the videos. You'll see him in my pictures every now and then on Instagram and like when we go on trips and stuff like that. But he does not like to be in front of the camera. I've tried to get him to do it more, but he's not that comfortable with it. Cameron enjoys doing the videos and he always asks to be in them. So that's why he's in them. It's not that I'm trying to show favoritism. It's just Cameron's my mini me. Yeah. You know you can talk. He still gets a little bit embarrassed. Is there a glitter HTV that is stretchy? Yes. Let me see what it is. I think it's the Galaxy. I have a book. And it may not be made by Thermoflex, but there is a glitter. No, that's embroidery glitter. But I think it's Galaxy glitter, and I don't remember who it's by that makes more of a stretchy glitter. But even then, because of the way that it's made, if you stretch it too much, it will break.
Yeah, so you're going to do something with Lion King?
Yes, we're doing something for Lion King this week. So we were going to do crafting for Disney last week, but because of the holiday and stuff like that, we didn't get it up. So we will try to get it up this week. If not, we'll be doing it. We'll be getting it up the next Friday. What is the estimated price point for a shirt with dye sublimation? About $25 roughly, and that is for because it's full color and it typically takes a little bit more artwork. I have lots of questions. Do you have a place where you can go to reference to set different vinyls for cutting and pressing? I have my book, and a lot of times, like, you can go on to Specialty Materials website and they have instructions that you can print out. I recommend creating like a binder that, especially if you're new to it, that's what I used to have, that kept up with like what temperatures and things like that. And then I would keep sample pieces in there as well. Oh yeah. Sublimation is so much fun. I love doing sublimation. And whenever I did it years ago, it was so expensive. Like whenever you were looking at a blank sublimated shirt, they were about $10 wholesale, and now it's definitely not as expensive. Now I do know that the sawgrass is a little bit more expensive, and I have had a couple of people who have said like you can get an Epson that has a conversion kit on it and it's less expensive, but I don't want to tell y'all to go out and buy that because I don't have any experience with it. I've used my sawgrass and I love my sawgrass. The cons to that sawgrass are the way that it is set up right now, it will only print 8.5 by 11, but I can buy either a roll adapter or an extendable tray that can increase the size to either 8.5 by 21 or 8.5 by 14. Yes, there is. To me, I don't look at kids on the spectrum with a disability. I think of them as, it's almost like, to me, a step in evolution. You know, they have what, like Caden is so good with himself and he's so smart. he doesn't, and with phones and stuff like that, you see all these kids that don't have social skills. So to me, it's almost like a step in the evolution, because there are certain things that he is absolutely amazing at. Like Caden has talked about wanting to do game design and things like that. Well, I'm glad you learned so much for me, Lil, and Lee. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Cheryl said hi, Cameron.
Hi.
My son says he doesn't want to be cured. See, Caden, we didn't, up until he got to high school, we really didn't explain to him what his diagnosis was. I mean, he knew he was different, but he doesn't find himself to, like, he's okay with who he is, and that's what makes me happy. Like, if someone's mean to him, he doesn't see that people are mean to him. What sawgrass do I work with? I have the Sawgrass SG400, which they have two other versions, the SG800, which will do 11 by 17, and that one is $1,600. And then they have one that's even more expensive. Yeah, the infusible ink, and that's what my video was about yesterday. We used dye sublimatable mouse pads off of Amazon, and I did a sheet of infusible ink, and I used a sheet of a print that I printed off the internet on my Sawgrass, and it did the exact same thing. All it is dye sublimation. And with the amount of money that it costs to get into doing infusible ink, like, the markers are cool, but it's pretty expensive, and you can probably save your money to get a sublimation printer is what I would recommend. Debbie, what setting are you cutting it on? Typically, you have to cut it on your glitter setting, and you should be able to fill your lines, and it's really not hard to weed. You may not be cutting it deep enough. I try to have a video for everything, and we've got so many more planned. That's the thing about it, is we're always coming up with new ideas. Renee, your son has ADHD, so does Cameron. He only takes medicine, though, on school days. Katie, my favorite type of HTV to work with is Specialty Materials Thermoflex Plus. It has a true matte finish. I think it looks and washes a whole lot better. Well, Renee, with the die cutting machine, the thing is, whenever you design something for sublimation, if you have those white letters there, you don't need to cut it. You don't have to worry about weeding it. You just print it out and stick it on. You don't have to worry about having anything cut in it. Well, Debbie, what are you cutting your chameleon on? And how are you laying it on? Because you put the chameleon side facing down onto your mat. You really shouldn't have to wait any time, Michelle. Typically about 24 hours. You want to make sure a lot of the moisture is out of your wood. And typically I'll take and heat the wood firsthand before, if I'm putting HTV on it. So, no, not right now. Let's see. Will the Air 2 do chipboard? I'm not sure if the Air 2 will do chipboard. I don't think that it will. Okay, so Inez, I have a video, if you go through my Cricut playlist, on how to use the trace feature, which is what you do to turn a JPEG into an SVG on your Cricut. Yeah, Deb, if you'll let me know how the markers from AliExpress turned out, that would be great, because the markers from Cricut were expensive. But I think it's Arteza brand makes a marker too, but they are $36 for 10 of them, which is supposed to work with sublimation. So, but I haven't messed with those yet. Yeah, I mean, and it is a cool concept. It's just if you have sublimation capabilities, I wouldn't spend the money on the infusible ink. And I'm not saying that to be mean. It's just it is very, very expensive. And maybe at some point Michael's will start putting it on sale and then it won't be such a big deal. But I spent almost $200 on 3 different packs of the sublimation prints, 3 shirts, 2 sets of coasters, a tote bag, and 2 sets of markers, which is a lot because if I got a shirt or so out of each sheet, I would still only be able to do 11 shirts. So I mean, that's quite a bit of money for that. No, Deb, I don't think the Air 2 will cut chipboard. I haven't tried it though. I've been using my maker for most of that kind of stuff, and I love my Cricut maker. Yeah, just use the deep cut blade. And typically, whenever you're doing that, instead of cutting out your whole design, if you're using a new material, cut a circle with a square in it and see if that weaves before you sit there and waste a whole lot of material. Oh yeah, Renee, the infusible ink works just perfectly. This is the mouse pad that I did. I did a Probably. Anyways, this is the mouse pad I did from Amazon with the infusible ink. Go bring me the other one that I did with the dye sublimation. Oh yeah, and it is so much cheaper. These were on Amazon, the mouse pads. I bought 10 of them for $12 or $13. So I mean, this is dye sublimation. This is Cricut infusible ink. Now, that's one of the things I do like about the dye sub really over the infusible ink is look how much more detail and depth that we have in this. It's not a simple design. Like I can use any print to make my backgrounds. Well, yeah, it does stink because you're heating it. Sorry, I'm like sitting here pushing buttons. And you can check Conde too, Conde. They have tons of dye sublimatable blanks, which you can use the infusible ink stuff on as well. Oh, good. So you didn't try the glitter setting. Yeah, it's thicker, so you do need to cut it on like a glitter setting because it is almost as thick as the glitter. We have not used the pins yet. I actually ordered from Amazon and I'm waiting for it to come in because it recommends for the Cricut pins, if you're doing a infusible design, to use the laser paper. So I was going to test when I do the markers, I'm going to test it. I have plain multi-purpose copy paper. I'm going to test it on that. The actual sublimatable paper, because I have that since I have a sublimation machine. And then I'm going to test it on that laser copy paper to see which works the best. Sherry, so you can use infusible ink with your silhouette. You don't have to just use it with Cricut because it's Cricut brand. And the actual printer that I use, the Sawgrass SG400, you can use that printer in conjunction with any cutting machine. So you can use it with the silhouette, you can use it with the Cricut, or you can use it with the Brother Scan and Cut. I did a shirt the other day that I was testing out the Easy Subli made by Caesar. And when I used this Easy Subli, I did the shirt with the silhouette so you can see how it works. Let's see. Oh, so that's good to know. Multi-purpose paper works well too. And part of the reason why I wanted to do that is I wanted to see if you had to have more expensive paper. And I also wanted to see what happens when you use actual sublimation paper, laser paper, or the multi-purpose paper, if it makes a difference in how the print looks. So, from Dallas, North Carolina. Hi, Donna. Oh, okay. So, like, if you saw earlier in the year, I was actually doing my hair every day. But the problem is, I have a convertible. I have a little pink bug. My husband, they did in 2017, they released a special edition, which is called the hashtag Pink Beetle. And I've always wanted a pink car. We were looking for my husband a car. So we saw that and he was like, well, we'll go ahead and get it. So I have a pink convertible. So whenever it's summertime here and I always have the top down, my hair always goes back because my hair is baby fine and gets tangled very, very easily. Yes, we are going to be doing the Lion King. I am super excited to do the Lion King shirts. They are so cute. And we have a couple of different ones. The Easy Subli is kind of like a printed HTV. So you actually run the Easy Subli through your printer, through your sublimation printer. We are going to be adding it to the website, the Easy Subli, very soon. But anyways, so you run it through your printer, you put it under your heat press and let it set your ink. Yes, I have several new videos over sublimation, so you need to go check them out. See, and listener, you got to. I mean, and as you can see, my hair is about down to here. I don't have much of it. I have a lot of strands of hair, but it is baby fine. Yes, dye sublimation only works with light colors, and it has to be polyester for it to show at full vibrancy. If you use a 50-50, which I did a video on this too, it's not as vibrant. But whenever you add the Easy Subli to the mix, go grab that peach shirt and the sticker over there, please, baby.
Which one?
That coral shirt and that sticker where I did the sublimation on? Yes. But when you use the Easy Subli, you print on it and then you can put it on any color shirt. So this is the video I did with Silhouette over the Caesar Easy Subli. So you can see it's nice and bright and it has a good feel. I haven't washed it yet, so I don't know how it washes, but I mean, so far, so good. And then this is dye sublimation. I printed this and then put it on. This is the Specialty Materials Glitterflex Ultra Adhesive. So this is sticker vinyl. And you can see how nice and vibrant the colors are and has sparkly. But that is actually on a sticker. So you can do your glitter vinyls like your regular glitter and take and sublimate on it. And you can see that even after heating it, it's still nice and sticky. But there are several different processes like that you can do. On this camera angle, my eyeshadow looks really muddy. It doesn't look very vibrant. But as I said, when I did this with a clear base versus a white base, because when I'm testing new eyeshadows, I like to see what they look like on my skin tone. Because as you can see, I have a little bit more pigment than some people, and bright colors don't always show up the best. And to me, that's like a true test of how well the pigmentation is. And hopefully I'll be getting some more new eyeshadows for my birthday, because I think that's what my kids are getting me for my birthday. My husband bought me the whole Jeffree Star summer collection, the Jawbreaker collection, which was a ton of products. No, you can use the regular Subli ink. The shirt that I printed, I used the regular Subli ink. My printers knew whenever they released that, I was like, I'm not fixing to swap all that over just to test their product, and it worked beautifully. So you do not have to use the Easy Subli inks. I think it's kind of a marketing ploy, honestly. So it makes it seem like you have to, but no, you do not have to do it. And I don't see a problem with how it printed on there. It prints the same on there as it did on the Specialty Materials Glitter Flex. Now, this doesn't look as vibrant as that, but this is a textured background. Handmade glitter jewelry. My earrings would pop with your eyeshadow. Well, HJ Expressions, you're more than welcome to send stuff over my way. I do like to showcase small businesses with handmade stuff. I always do, like, people who send me stuff, make sure to tell them where things came from. So just to let you know. But I will definitely go check it out too, because I love buying from small businesses as well. Do they make printable HTV? Does who make printable HTV? Caesar or Specialty Materials? Linda, do I have the IKEA white cubbies? Oh, yes. We have lots of them. My makeup desk is, it's the Kallax unit. It's the 4x4 unit. That's where I store all my makeup. And then in the front of my store, we have the Kallax unit. That's how we store the rolls of vinyl for people to come purchase. Did I try the infusible markers on mugs yet? Not yet, but as I said, I'm waiting on some special paper to get here so I can. Yeah, you can take and send me your link on Instagram. But for the mugs, I will be testing them out. I've still got the box of stuff that I ordered from Condi is crazy. I ordered flags and rally towels and flip-flops and all kinds of stuff. So Hannah, just take and send that. My Instagram is linked down below. It's Cuttin Corners Vinyl. But yeah, if you will send that to me, that would be great. Yes, Specialty Material makes printable vinyl. They make some that is for home use, which is the Color Jet 3 Dark and the Color Jet 3 Light. Those are both available on my website. Those are made to be used with a home inkjet printer. They also make the stuff that you can use like with your Roland Eco Solvent or your HP Latex, those types of printers. Yes, we do welcome visitors to our store, into our studio at this point. Now, when I move my studio back home, we won't be able to have visitors to the studio. Yeah, which the only reason we're redoing a room at my house to have my studio, and the only reason that I'm doing that, not because I don't love being up here at the shop every day, is because we ran out of space. I mean, we've grown so much, and it's just crazy on how much we've grown. And it's gotten to the point where I have to do something, especially before Craftsmas comes up, because if y'all been with me since last year in October the 1st, which will be starting again this year, we did Craftsmas, which was a big deal. Love Craftsmas. We'll be doing it again this year. And the thing with Craftsmas is there's 7 new videos a week at minimum. So there's a new crafting video every single day. And then typically we have other bonus content on top of that as well, such as the Patreon tutorials. We're still going to have crafting for Disney and all that kind of stuff. So it is a lot of stuff going on. And it's kind of crazy. And with that amount of work, there is a lot of work that goes involved in it. I have to be able to have time and space, and like, it's just gotten too crazy around here to be able to do that. Well, I am glad you love Craftsmas, Susan. Craftsmas is one of my favorite things to do. I mean, but it is a big undertaking. I don't think people realize how much work it actually is to plan out a minimum of 82 or so videos before Christmas to get up and that's just for the Craftsmas videos. So there's a lot that goes into it. So, but with that being said, with me redoing a new studio and home office, there's going to be a lot of fun videos over that, setting up the ultimate crafting space. So hopefully y'all are excited about that, because to me, and if you haven't noticed, I like to have my personality show, whether it be in my office decor and my makeup. You know, I'm just kind of out there and crazy. Do I have any tips? Okay, so starting a YouTube channel. Whenever we started doing YouTube, it was a suggestion from Cameron. I had a lot of customers that would come in and ask how to do things. And I was like, okay, well, we took a video and posted on a Facebook. It got a lot of hits, and Cameron's like, well, you can make money doing YouTube. So it was kind of crazy, and it took off from there. I didn't expect to have the growth that I have. I mean, we've only been on YouTube not even a full 2.5 years yet, and we're already over 100,000 subscribers. Posting consistent content, posting things that are relevant, being very open and honest with your viewers, I think is extremely important. Yes, definitely be yourself. You got to be yourself for people to see who you are. So, anyways. Yes, please send me a picture of your creation. I love getting pictures of whenever people do things. I love getting pictures when I see people who've recreated things that I've done. And yeah, I mean, I think honesty is paramount. That's why I'm like, I don't do a whole lot of sponsorships. And if I'm doing a sponsorship, like I did the one with Evolution, because I've actually used them for years. And we did the sponsorship today that we posted over the video for the Zonk box. And that one was fun. And I love that they give back, and it's a small business. I'm always, anytime it's a small business, you know, it pulls at my heart, because that's how I am. You know, yes, we've grown tremendously, but we're still not a huge company. And to me, it's not about the numbers, it's about the people. That's part of the reason why I do these live videos every Tuesday, is because this really gives me a chance to interact with y'all. Send it to me, Linda, and we'll see what we can do. Oh, that makes my heart smile, Linda, that you couldn't have done it without me. It really makes me happy. I love to hear how people have been able to be successful with my help. I mean, it really is extremely important to me. Yes, and Cameron jokes that if he becomes a big YouTube star, I'm like, so you're going to take care of me if you become a YouTube star? I was like, well, yeah, because you taught me everything. And I was like, why don't you make your mom cry? Well, see, and Jeannie, that's how I feel. I feel like y'all are my friends. I don't feel like I'm somebody different. Now, whenever I meet people in person, I'm very, very awkward, because it's weird. I don't know how to react whenever people are like, hi, and like they know me, and then I don't feel like I know them, but it's so flattering. But I'm just an awkward person in general. Like my husband will tell you that I am an extroverted introvert. I can get on here and be loud and me and crazy, and that's how I am at home with my kids and with my family. But when I meet new people, I'm not the most outgoing person. I'm like, not like, hey, nice to meet you kind of person. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that makes sense. Cameron knows how I am. I mean, and people who've known me for years, like it takes, like through PTA and stuff like that, it took a long time for people to actually start to get to know me because I'm not the most outspoken person. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Linda. My employees, again, they're my family. I mean, we spend so much time with these girls, and I mean, I love my girls. Let's see. Okay, so Yara, the problem is, and this is what I've said, I know that there are cheaper sublimation printer options out there. I have not messed with them, so I can't say for sure if I recommend it, if that makes sense. Now, I have heard good things about them, but I don't want to say yes, go ahead and jump out there, because I don't want you spending $200, $300 on something and then it not worked. Oh, Sherry, don't worry about it. Sometimes we have things like that go on, and you just keep it and remember that for next time. But as I said, my birthday will be coming up on Thursday, so tomorrow there will be an announcement, which typically means a sale going on. So we will do a birthday sale, and we have some fun gifts planned, so just to be on the lookout for that. Well, I love that you go back to check out the old videos, because there are so many. I mean, I've done like 300 videos, I think. There have been a bunch. And some of them are not that great. Not that the information that I gave was bad. It's just I didn't know as much about setting up angles and things like that. And now I know a little bit more. And when we move setups, one of the things I'm wanting to get to be able to make things a little bit easier for y'all to see is I'm going to get an overhead tripod, so that way we can focus on, so you can actually see what my hands are doing a little bit better. Thank you, Susan, for the birthday wishes. It's crazy. I'm going to be 36. Now, a lot of people are like, you're still young. It's, I've got 3 kids. One's an adult, one's almost an adult, and this one only has 6 years till he's an adult. So it's kind of crazy. I have not done HTV on a polyester shower curtain, but I did HTV on an umbrella, so it should work on polyester shower curtain, just so you know. Well, thank you, Cheryl. I'm glad I don't look 36. I spend a lot of money on skincare. Yes, Pink, we do have people who pay for items and then don't come pick them up. But that's part of the reason why we make sure people pay for items up front, because we had an issue before we set up that policy where people would order things and then not come and pick them up. Or people would pay a deposit and then not come pick them up. So we started making sure people would pay for their items up front. We hold items, and we have a policy up front saying we will hold items for 30 days. If you don't come pick it up, it goes in the trash or goes out to sell again. Oh, I can do a video on skincare. And one of the things I will tell you, and which has been a tremendous help for me, I bought a bunch of the Ordinary skincare from Sephora. The Ordinary is super expensive, inexpensive. It's like the most expensive thing is like $15 from them. It has really improved my skin lately. But yeah, I can definitely do a skincare video for y'all, because, and that's what I tell my daughter, especially my daughter. I'm like, look, you got pale skin, sunscreen and moisturize. Take care of your skin now. It will last you a lifetime, because I'll take and pull up pictures of people on the internet, like who are smokers or who stayed out in the sun and didn't protect their skin, and how they look compared to other people. And I'm like, this is why you take care of your skin. So hopefully that helps. What? But yeah, I mean, and some people are like, why do you post makeup stuff? Well, one, makeup isn't my main thing, but makeup is something I absolutely love. And you don't have to take and, watch it, but it's just another thing that I enjoy playing with. And some people do enjoy watching it, and they don't want to watch just that. Yeah, see, learning it at 62. Whenever I was a kid, my adopted grandmother looked a lot younger than her age. And one of the things she swore by was like cold cream and took care of her skin. And that's why we always take care of our skin. Let's see, I go back and watch, but do you require? Yes, I require people to pay up front. And now on certain jobs, like if it's a large screen print job or a big sign, we do a half down deposit. But if it's like a small one-off custom, we have them pay for it all up front, because if they don't come pick it up, if I've got employees working on something for several hours, I mean, it needs to be paid for. See, yeah, cold cream. And I'll tell you, she had beautiful, beautiful skin. And that was always one of those things that stuck with me. So, yeah, I mean, and this is coming from someone like, I like the sun, and I have a vitamin D deficiency. So I've taken, actually, with my top down, I mean, you've noticed my skin gets darker, but I do use sunscreen. So I still like the sun, but learning to protect your skin also. So, Nathaniel, it kind of depends on how you're layering it, but typically I will layer at the lowest temperature. But it kind of depends on what types of vinyl you're using. Like if I'm mixing regular HTV with like Deco Soft, I'll do all of the regular HTV first on the higher temperature, and then I'll do the Deco Soft after at the lower temperature. With inkjet transfer paper, usually I have a fade in color. I use pigment ink. Okay, so what paper are you using, Yara? Because that would make a difference. Like if you're using like the Avery brand, it's kind of cruddy. I haven't seen that it really lasts a long time. Butcher paper is butcher paper, but you can. Okay, and I've had a lot of people. You can't use parchment paper. You have to use butcher paper, like with the dye sublimation stuff. No, parchment paper is heat safe. So is butcher paper. They're kind of along the same lines. And you can look it up. The main difference is the thickness in the paper. You can also use regular copy paper to take and protect your dye sublimation or your designs. Parchment paper is what you use whenever you're using direct to garment. So it's not going to hurt your designs whenever you're using any of those cards. And parchment paper, you can actually buy a really inexpensive, already in sheets off of Amazon. I think you can get like 1,000 sheets of 11 by 16 for like $15 off of Amazon. You don't know the brand of the paper you're using? Oh, no. So yeah, if you need, just use parchment paper. Parchment paper works just fine. Just to let you know. That's what I use with my dye sublimation stuff. Because, hold on. Stay right there a second. Okay. Talk to them. Okay, so this is the butcher paper, pretty much, that is included with the Cricut infusible ink. And it has a little bit more of a shiny finish on one side and more of a matte finish on the other. and it's a little bit thicker. Now on this is the parchment paper. This feels the same on both sides, and it's a little bit thinner, but it still has that almost, you can feel that they feel a lot feel the same. So I would definitely recommend you can take and use the parchment paper. I hopefully will be trying the infusible inks. I'm hoping my paper comes in tomorrow. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Royals. I'm glad you were able to catch us, Angie. Let's see. I'm going to put the link to my website. That's where you get my t-shirt guide. Someone was asking that. I saw that. Okay, Yara, I haven't seen the Jet Pro. Are you talking about the Color Jet, or is it Jet Pro? I haven't heard of just the Jet Pro. Yes, parchment paper is great. And as I said, you can buy it super cheap off of Amazon. And I mean, like, I have it all around the place because you're supposed to use parchment paper with direct garment. You're supposed to use parchment paper with laser because, like, if y'all don't know, I have way too much equipment in my shop. So we do screen printing. We also do direct to garment. We have the Oki Data color laser that prints white ink as white toner as well. I have dye sublimation. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 different craft cutters. We also have like the Graph Tech big one. And we also have I can't remember the other one. So like I have experience with all types of machines, just so you know. And it's kind of crazy that I've been doing this so long. But so, I mean, if it works for some processes, it typically works for all of them. Yara, I do have a video over this. My favorite inkjet printable to use is the Color Jet 3 by Specialty Materials. I sell it on my website, but Cricut's isn't terrible. The colors are definitely not near as vibrant, but it held up better through washing. I'm glad you love my t-shirt guide, and that makes me so happy. I love when people tell me that. My mother-in-law also loves to hear that because she's the one who actually designed the thing. Because she was like, how do you do this so fast? And I was like, well, because I had been doing it so long, like I knew where placement was, and she watched me do it, and she was like, well, she cut a piece of coroplast and we played around with it. So that way she learned what size to make it after watching me make hundreds of shirts. But anyways, so y'all be on the lookout for another new video tomorrow, and it will probably be over the Cricut markers. Should be. We have a new crafting for Disney this week. It will be over Lion King. We have another one that'll be fun. Did I start on Cricut or Silhouette? I actually started on neither. I started on a Roland, what is the name of that one? GX24. It was 24-inch cutter. So I started off with professional grade. Yes, one of the things I'm definitely looking forward to is the new Silhouette should be releasing in October, and they're going to have a 20-inch. So I'm hoping to get that. And I love my 16-inch by 20-inch press. I am feeling pretty good. I've been doing a lot better. So I've been having headaches for the past couple of days, so we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping it's just the weather. And things might get crazy. Just so y'all know, right now, Nathaniel, I typically use my Cricut more than my Silhouette, but when the new one comes out, who knows what I'm going to be doing. Because I just kind of play around with it. To me, the SVGs import in a whole lot better into Cricut, and so we'll see. We shall see. But now they are saying that there is going to be a hurricane possibly coming into our area this week. So depending on what happens, we may be not posting for a few days, but we're going to kind of keep an eye out. Just to kind of let y'all know and give y'all an advance warning, because even if it doesn't turn into a hurricane, they're saying that it will put down at least 20 inch. Yes, that is my child. It's going to put down 20 inches of rain. So we shall see what happens. Great way to spend your birthday, worrying about a hurricane. Typically, it's my husband's anniversary, because it is typically when we have hurricanes around here, it's at the end of September, which our anniversary is September 27th. So we don't know what's going to happen. But as I said, I will keep posting on Facebook, Instagram, things like that, so y'all know what's going on. But yeah, just to kind of give y'all a heads up, because it kind of, I mean, like if we have to worry about evacuating and things like that, we will take and update y'all, because I may not have time to post new videos if we're trying to pack up to evacuate. Oh, yes, those earthquakes were absolutely atrocious, Susan. We have been praying for California like nobody's business. Whenever my husband was stationed in Lemoore, California, we had, I think it was like a 3.9, and that was the scariest. Like, because for me, with hurricanes, we get advance warning. We know that we're going to have to evacuate. It's not that big of a deal. We definitely know how that goes. But for an earthquake, there's no advance warning. And it feels like, and it's trying to explain that to people. It feels like the ground is ripping out from under you, where like it feels like the earth is going like this and like this at the same time. And so it feels like the ground is going to rip out. So it's crazy. Earthquakes are absolutely scary to me. That's one of the reasons why I'll never live in California again, because like not having an advance warning that something's coming is just like panic inducing to me.
Didn't Dad sleep through no.
Yeah, Daddy slept through that earthquake, and I was trying to wake him up, and I was like, this is not okay. But so anyways, we've been on here for almost an hour, so I guess I will let y'all go. Remember to keep checking out for new videos. If y'all haven't checked for the sublimation videos, I have let Cameron have more of the reins. He just does.
I don't like it.
So he's kind of quiet. He's getting more comfortable on camera. He's trying, but so far he hasn't gotten used to talking just yet. I'm always encouraging him. Cameron, you can say more, but he's going to get there. We just got to give him time. You know, you got to think back to when you were 12 years old. I mean, talking to a bunch of strangers was probably, at least to me, that was like a no-go. Like, I did not want to be talking to a bunch of people I didn't know.
Well, that's basically what online is nowadays.
Yes. So he's still a little nervous about it. But anyways, I do have some admins on here. I need to add some more. So, but anyways, but I guess that's it. Well, thank you, Nathaniel. He likes doing it. And as I said, he'll get more comfortable with it. And he is a lot more comfortable whenever it is his videos, the crafting for kids. He will explain things a little bit more. And typically when I chime in, it is just to make sure he is given all of the information, because he doesn't always remember what to say. And I have found when I do videos and stuff like that, whenever I'm writing down a script and I read it, it sounds robotic. Like I'm much better just speaking like this, from the heart, from the mind, just on the spot. So anyways, thank you, Julia, for the birthday wishes. And remember, we will see y'all again next Tuesday for another live. We love you guys and keep us out for new videos.
Bye.
Bye.